everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Dr. Iyabo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're enjoying all my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will press that subscribe button and you will make sure that you don't miss any of my videos, because again, I do release 2 to 3 videos every week based on wealth building, entrepreneurship, starting or scaling your business, financial freedom, and then on the other hand, everything about lifestyle and, my skincare routine, how to look young and youthful, how to be healthy, and then dating and relationship videos as well. So really everything from your money to your honey, you will find on my page. And if you haven't met me, again, my name is Dr. Iyabo Webzo. I'm a wife to my honey. I'm a mother of 4 kids, 2 daughters and 2 stepsons. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a board certified pediatrician. I'm also a physician entrepreneur, which means I own and manage my own practice, which I've had for 17 years in Atlanta. I also own other income streams, and I am going to release a video soon talking about how you can have multiple income streams and how I have been able to develop mine. So definitely watch out for that video. I'm also a lifestyle blogger and I'm a business and lifestyle coach. So I can coach you to achieve all your business dreams, all your financial freedom dreams, wealth building, and also everything lifestyle. So dating, relationship, wellness, all of that. Your money to your honey, I can coach you about, okay? I'm also a motivational speaker. I've spoken at the United Nations 3 times. And like I said, I'm a blogger. My blog is on my website, driyabo.com. So if you do want to get some extended reading, if you love my videos, you will love my blog. So make sure you visit my blog on my website, and I'll have my website on the description in this video so that you can visit my blog as well. And I'm an author. My book Permanent Happiness is on Amazon, and I'm actually going to show it to you on this video. So that's my book Permanent Happiness. If you haven't read it, make sure you go to Amazon and buy your copy and read it, because it's a very easy book to read, but it's won many 5-star awards from book reviewers and also 5-star reviews from many readers. So make sure you get your copy. It's an evergreen book. It will teach you about being permanently happy and having peace and joy in your life. And it's also kind of like a memoir. It talks about my life story also. And again, the link will be in the description of this video. So yes, so today I'm talking about how to deal with envious or jealous people. I know there's a slight difference between envy and jealousy, but honestly, they're on the same spectrum. They're almost the same thing. One of my friends on Instagram, who's a doctor in England, actually reached out to me because I posted something on my story asking my followers on Instagram to give me ideas of topics they'd like me to talk about on my YouTube channel. And she came up with that topic and said, Dr. Iyabo, can you please do a video on how to deal with envious people? And I thought that would be great because I have had a few of those in my life and I still continue to have them, because it's just inevitable. Some people are just wired to be envious and jealous of others. Now, how do we deal with those people? Envy and jealousy can come in different forms, shapes, and sizes. Sometimes, unfortunately, it could be our own family members that envy us. It could be siblings that envy, honestly, or it could be some aunt or uncle or somewhere. So really, it could be family or relatives. Quite often, it's a colleague that works in your office. So it could be somebody that works in your office who maybe you got a promotion and they're kind of feeling threatened and they're wondering why they didn't get a promotion. And then friends, right? So it could be family, it could be work colleagues, it could be friends. And I just believe that that emotion is a very toxic emotion, and it comes out of fear. There's a lot of things that fear and insecurity can do to our lives. If somebody is an envious or jealous person, it's because they have a fear in their own heart or insecurity in their own heart of not quite being enough or not quite being what they should be. So then they project that insecurity and that inadequacy onto somebody else who is just living their life. You may just be working hard and living your life, and they are thinking, oh, why should it be hard? I should have all these things. Meanwhile, they don't know your story. They don't know your struggles. They don't know the hard work you've put in. They're just seeing the results, and they're like, oh, why her? Why should she get the promotion? Why should she be the one shining? Why are all these good things happening to her? Why is she getting all these people and all these opportunities? And why is she getting all these followers? You know, whatever it is, they don't know the hard work and the length of time it's taken you to achieve your success. But they just have, it's a fear emotion. Again, there's a lot that fear and insecurity can do to damage us. And how do you deal with these people? It's a heavily loaded question. Since she asked me that question, I've been thinking about it. Honestly, 99% of the reaction you're going to have is love, right? You're just going to love these people through. But while you're still loving them, you have to know that you can't really trust these people, whether they're family or their work colleagues or their friends. If somebody is showing envy or jealousy, it probably is safe to say that they don't have your best interest at heart, because they're looking at you with resentment. They're looking at you as if, why her? Why him? Does she have two heads? You know, why is she the lucky one? And that kind of emotion is toxic, and obviously it's a negative emotion. So even though you're loving them through it, like I say many times, if you follow me on Instagram, I say love all people, but trust only a few. So even though they're showing you a negative emotion, you know that you can't change them. You're not responsible for their emotions. You have to focus on your own life. You have to make sure you stay focused. You put out love into the universe, and you continue living your own life by serving people as you're doing. And if you're not already serving people, make sure that's part of your life purpose. So for me, when I feel that emotion from people, I just focus even more on my path. I focus more on living out my life purpose and my God-given assignment. And I just even put in more passion into it, because I have a purpose and I can't let other people's emotions or reactions derail me from that. So I hope you're following what I'm saying. You can't really change people, so, and this is why I thought about this for a while. I journaled about it, and I'm like, this is an excellent question, because I'm sure there's many people who are probably dealing with envy and jealous people in their lives. But what can you do? You can't approach a jealous person and say, you're jealous, so you must stop it. That's something that is a silent thing, and it's unsaid. And if you bring it up, it's going to be like you are the one who has the issue, right? So even though you know within you, and how do you know if somebody is envious? I know I'm going all over the place. I hope you're following me. You can tell. It's not rocket science. Let's say you have an achievement or an accolade you just won, or an accomplishment you just achieved, and everybody else, is congratulating you. And obviously that's the normal thing, right? That people will congratulate you, and there's this friend or there's that relative who definitely has seen or knows, is aware of that accomplishment, but they just stay silent. Or rather than focusing on the achievements you've achieved, they'll find some other negative trait. This is a very common one, and this is a key way to figure out when people are envious. Rather than them focusing on your accomplishment that you've just achieved and congratulating you like everybody else has, they'll ignore that accomplishment, and then they'll look for some other trait, make-believe trait in their mind that they want to point out that is bad about you. This has happened to me recently, and for me, it was easy for me to figure out. I'm like, it's like, first of all, what they were even saying wasn't even right about me. It was taken out of context, and I'm not going to say exactly what it is, because then I just want to keep it private, but it's something I posted on my social media, and it was that one tiny thing was taken out of context. And the person messaged me and, had that to talk about, and they even put something on their post to kind of refer to that incident. And I'm thinking, that's just something that was taken. You know how maybe you do a 10-minute video and then somebody listens to 30 seconds of that video and takes that 30 seconds out of context and says, this isn't right, you shouldn't be telling people that. But did you actually listen to the 10-minute video to see how I phrased that topic and how I said it in the big context? So when people do that, meanwhile, I just had an accomplishment a couple weeks before that, and this person was silent, but obviously they're seeing everything that I'm doing on social media. They don't, acknowledge any of those, but they then pick out this minute thing, which again, that wasn't actually what I was saying. But I don't need to explain myself to anybody. I don't need to prove myself to anybody, because I know my heart. I know what I believe, and I know what I put out there, and my tribe loves what I put out there. I'm not going to be for everybody, right? So some people are not going to like my ideology. Some people are not going to like the way I think, which is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to put myself out there to be loved and accepted by everybody. But that one thing was taken out of context, and, I was messaged about that, and I'm thinking, really? So this person is actually studying everything I put out on social media. So definitely they saw what it was, the accomplishments I had a few weeks ago that everybody was congratulating me about and they were silent about. And then they find this one thing that wasn't even what I was saying, because anyway. So that is how you figure out envious and jealous people. When everybody else is congratulating you and you expect, they've heard and they're silent. And then if they make it worse by then finding some other kind of sarcastic thing or criticism about you that isn't even true. And even if it's true, it's like, okay, that's not the point. But did you even notice what I had done a few weeks ago? How come it's this negative thing you're then? But it's easy to figure out people who are envious or jealous, or, their reaction, or they just get mad at you for no reason. You may just have had an accomplishment. I remember when I first published my book, that happened to me. I'm not going to say who they were, but, I just had this negative outburst from some people, and I'm thinking, what happened and what is this reaction about? So, with envious and jealous people, all you can really do is, number one, make sure you are still putting out love into the universe. For me, I would advise you to make sure you create boundaries from that person. Because obviously somebody who's having an envious, jealous, toxic emotion about you isn't a safe person to be around. They've shown you their true colors. You don't have to fight with them. You don't have to get into negative words back and forth. Just create a little bit of distance. Pray for them from, a distance. Love them from a distance. But I would say that's not somebody you want to be close to, or you want them in your radar. Again, sometimes they could be relatives, and that could be a little dicey. But as long as the person isn't your husband or kids and you don't live in the same household as them, you can also love them. You can have I don't want to say superficial because that's fake, but you can have a loving but boundary-full. I know that's not a word, but make sure you have a loving but relationship with them, but with boundaries. Don't tell them everything. Don't tell them about your plans. Just keep it very formal and just surface conversations, because I just believe that if you're somebody who's envious or jealous around somebody else, then you're not to be trusted, because obviously that person doesn't have your goodwill in mind. So you have to be careful, okay? You don't owe anybody anything. And just remember, you can't change anyone. They will have to walk through that themselves. As long as you're not showing off. It's a different thing if you're showing off and you're just bragging about your accomplishments. But if you're just living your own life, you're just stepping out to use your own gifts and talents, you're working hard, people are receiving it well, people are loving what you're doing, you're serving people, you're living your God-given assignments, and then people now hate on you or envy you because of that, then they have their own God to talk to. So For me, I just keep my eyes. I've had envious, jealous people at each phase of my life. I just keep my eye on the prize. I keep on serving God. I send them love. You don't have to be next to somebody to show them love, right? You can send people love from a distance. Just put out positive energy into the world and say, God, forgive them their sins. I love them. I release them to you, and just keep focusing on what you are doing, right? So that's really all you can do. You love them through it. You pray for them from a distance. You create your own distance and boundaries. And you make sure that you don't tell them things and you don't trust them. Now, if it's somebody close to you, like a work colleague, and you're sensing that there's some negative emotion or some toxic emotion in a colleague, again, love them through it. Try to see if you can somehow augment their own positive qualities. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to try too hard. But I'm just saying that if it's a work colleague, you work closely together and you're starting to notice those kinds of emotions, you can kind of ask them a question like, if you need help with anything, if you're struggling with anything at work, I'm happy to help you. Even though I've received this promotion, I really love it. I'm happy for this promotion, but that shouldn't strain anything in between us. Again, it depends on how close you are to the person. Just don't ever tell them you're jealous or you're envious, because they're going to just totally resist and get mad at you and say you are the issue. Envious or jealous people don't want to hear that. That's the last thing you want to say. But you can find a way to kind of say, if you need help with anything, or just say, what, I know your promotion is going to come up soon because you're so good. Just find some positive words for them. But if it's somebody who is distant from you and who's been showing those traits from time to time, if one time you can kind of say, oh, whatever, maybe they just have something going on in their lives and they're not happy. But if it's somebody who's shown those traits from time to time, then it's time to be aware, create a little bit of distance. If it's a friend that you've been texting and calling all the time, create a little bit of distance. Don't tell them your issues anymore. Don't tell them your stories anymore. Love them from a distance, because envy and jealousy are toxic emotions. And again, I keep saying it, you cannot trust people who have those emotions. Now, sometimes it happens in like a love partner. Yeah, husband and wife, boyfriend or girlfriend. Sometimes there could be a hint of jealousy there, that you could be with a partner who feels like, and this, if you haven't gotten married to the person, this is a red flag. I did go through a relationship where I knew that was a red flag and I broke it up. So if you're with a boyfriend who's always saying things like, oh, you're better than me, oh, you're so much prettier than me, I don't even know why you chose me, I don't even know why you want to be with me, or they're always talking about your own positive attributes and putting themselves down, or saying, oh, you're a doctor, I don't even know what you saw in me, I don't even know. That's a red flag, because if you get married to that person, you're probably going to have that jealous husband or insecure husband for a long time. So unfortunately, it also happens between husband and wife. But if you're already married to the person, then you have to show them love through it. Understand that it's a fear and an insecurity they have. Maybe they think that you're better than them, and there may be other people, there may be men who are, drooling at you or whatever. Make them feel secure in the relationship, hug them, love them through it, and say, I've noticed these things in you, but I love you very much. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care if this, just love your husband or wife through it. So that's how you deal with people who are close to you. And if it comes to sibling rivalry and all of that, then help them interfere in it, because again, you will have kids that this may happen. Some kids envy and are jealous of the other because one is doing better in school, or one is prettier, or one is thinner. This thing has many levels. If you are the parent, just try to be that parent who is neutral, who loves them through it, and who helps them point out the positive attributes in each child and love them through it, so that they don't feel insecure. So I think I covered all of those levels, but at the end of the day, you cannot change anybody. You are not responsible for anybody's toxic emotions. Focus squarely on your life. The more they envy you, the more you should even focus on your passions and do even better and excel and excel and excel and continue to focus on your life purpose. Not that you're showing off or you're trying to spite them. No, but you want to show them that it's actually hard work that is leading you to all these accomplishments. It's nobody gave you this as a gift. Well, maybe God gave you gifts, but you still had to work on it. So show them that you're focused on your goal. Keep working to serve other people. Keep at your own goals. And if they want to keep envying, just love them through it. God sees your heart. I always say to people that I love that Bible verse, which is, what's it again? Guard your hearts, because out of your heart comes the wellspring of life. You have to guard your heart, because even though other people may not see what you're thinking, God sees it. And for me, I'm accountable to God. So every emotion that I go through, I have to be able to be accountable to God. But I'm very insightful. I'm I can sense things very easily. So once I start to feel like somebody doesn't have my best interest at heart, I create a distance. I don't fight with them or curse them or whatever. I create a distance as much as I can so that I can remove their negative energy from my radar, and I can focus on my purpose. So love them through it. Focus on your purpose. Keep working harder. Keep accomplishing. Keep touching souls. Keep winning souls. Keep doing your part on this earth, and they will figure out their own emotions by themselves. You cannot change anybody. You cannot, but you can love them through it, right? So that's how to deal with envious people. That's it. If anybody knows anything else that you can do, let me know, but don't ever approach them and tell them they're envious. Just live your own life and keep on shining, keep on accomplishing, and keep on being a great service to others. And at some point, they will get over their envy and jealousy, and they'll see that it's not just by chance that you're somebody who's just being blessed and blessed and blessed. It's because you have a good heart, you're hardworking, and you're putting out love into the universe. At some point, they'll get it and they'll move on with their envy and their jealousy, right? There's nothing you can do. So yes, well, the person who asked for this video, I hope this poured some light on your question. I hope it helped. If it didn't help and you want to send me a private message, DM me on Instagram. You know how to reach me. And I hope you will all give me your point of view. I'd love for you to comment below and let me know what you thought about this video, what you thought about my answer on how to deal with envious and jealous people. Okay, I love you all, guys. Even though I don't know all of you personally, I love you, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be more of these videos coming. And if there's any topic you want me to talk about, I do listen to my viewers. This was requested by somebody and I've done the video. So if you have any topic at all, please comment below and I'll make sure I get to it in the next few weeks. Thank you all for watching. God bless you, and remember that I love you, and remember that you are enough as you are, and you cannot change anyone. You're not responsible for anybody else's emotions. They will figure themselves out at some point. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Bye-bye.